Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to start today with D'Quan Douse, defensive lineman. We'll open it right up for questions for D'Quan. Go ahead, Rob.
Yes, sir.
D'Quan, you've made gradual progress, each year you've been here. What has it been like for you to start on a regular basis and get out there, in the first series?
It's been nice. I've started here and there, a few games past 3 years, but to start on a regular basis is nice. It just feels like hard work is paying off. That's really it.
It seems like the four-man rush has been really effective for you guys at time getting pressure, and you guys are getting pressure inside and then outside with Keon and Kyle and Noah. Just kind of what's been effective for you guys with that, and kind of what do you credit? Is it Coach Turner helping you guys with the inside piece? Is there something in particular that's changed for you guys?
What I say is really just Coach Knight and Coach Turner both being cohesive about what we should be doing, and then as far as actual techniques, I think we've just been more honed in on keeping the quarterback in our pockets, so then that way we could get pressure. We'll have the chance to.
Ken?
Yesterday, Coach Key was saying how he wanted to increase practice. You mentioned like full pads and good on good and going faster. Have you noticed more of that?
Yeah.
This week, last week than previous?
I wouldn't say more. It's just at a different pace, to where it just feels a lot better on our bodies. And then as far as good on good, yeah, we do have our good on good periods. I mean, they go how they go. It's fierce. We go at it, but the rest is just developmental. Yeah.
Is there been more of that?
About the same. Yeah.
Rob?
You're going up against a quarterback that not only likes to scramble out of the pocket, but they have planned runs for him. How important it is for you guys up front to stay in your lanes and make sure, he doesn't have that big alley to run in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It's definitely important. It's a big thing for us to just be on your point. I mean, yeah, we're all trying to get there on the collective, but if you do your part, it'll work out. So I think that's big for us.
Not do someone else's job.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Go.
What do you think are maybe one or two things in your game that's kind of picked up this year that's made you more effective in what you do?
I think I've just been more active, more precise with my hands, which allows me to get off blocks quicker, work my pass rush. I think that's the biggest thing for me, hands, and then putting my eyes in the right place.
Okay.
To follow up on that a little bit, I thought against Pittsburgh, you guys were a lot better at getting to the quarterback than you had been previously. Was there something that you guys did differently, or the way the scheme was put together that was more effective for you?
I mean, I just think it was a good scheme for what they were doing. I feel like as a D-line, we took it in well. We learned what we were gonna be prepared to do, and then we just executed.
Rob?
Coach Key is really taken a business-like approach, installed in you guys, one game at a time, just worry about the game in hand, How has that been received by the players, and is that something you really, buy into?
Yeah, most definitely. With our team, I think we can respond, bounce back to any situation. So I think that's been received well from Coach Key and the rest of the coaching staff. I think the week by week thing is big for us, that we just need to hone in, do our job this week, and then worry about what's to come.
Kelly?
It seems like you guys have settled into sort of a rotation at D-tackle. Are you comfortable with the amount of reps you guys are getting and the way the rotation works? Maybe it seems like it's a little more precise than maybe it was last year in terms of how many reps you guys get and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I like our rotation. I feel like we're probably one of the most rotated, evenly distributed reps as far as groups on the team. So I'm cool with that. I love for everybody to eat.
Okay.
Actually,
Got time
no.
for a couple more.
Are you involved in a special teams unit?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Next question. What's the story with your last? Is it? I keep hearing Duce. What's the story
it's Douse.
there? Douse.
It's pronounced Douse, but I had Duce as a nickname since I was a freshman.
Anything else?
Mike was telling us about the photo of you hitting Slovis. It's kind of, I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious if you've seen it. Kind of, what do you think when you see it, or what's been your reaction to
I mean, it's exciting just to see myself. I mean, I think it was on like the end of the half post, so it's just exciting to see myself on that front cover like that. Yeah, it gets me going. Yeah.
What do you remember about the hit itself?
I remember I should have got the ball out. So next time that happens, I'm gonna make sure to get the ball out. So, but yeah, it was in the flash just like that.
Awesome. Thank you, D'Quan. Great
Thank
job.
you, thank y'all.
Appreciate it. Okay. Next up, EJ Jenkins. We'll open it around for questions for EJ. Rod, you want to start?
EJ, Coach Key talked about the Duke secondary, how they like to press and make it hard for you to get off the line of scrimmage. You know, is that a technique you've been working on, you know, to prepare for that?
Yeah, it's a technique that we've been working on a lot lately. Just really working on footwork and being physical. Make sure you get on your route and just hold your line. So that's what we've been focusing on, and just being physical with them.
Kelly?
You're starting to have some success at the receiver positioning. Do you feel more comfortable now? Do you feel like you're starting to settle into kind of the routines and understanding kind of the different matchups each week and that kind of thing at the receiver position?
Yeah, definitely starting to develop more confidence, especially the film study and everything. And you don't gotta think as much. You just go out there and play. So I think that's definitely a big factor in it too, and really just preparation throughout the week and just going in the game with confidence.
Okay.
For you, does beating Pitt, does that change the way you look at what this team can do?
To be honest, not really, because practicing with these guys every day, I know what we have, and I know what we're capable of. We just gotta go out and do it for ourselves, and do it for each other and the guy next to us. So it doesn't change my perspective of the team or what was going on like week to week. We just gotta go out there and just be the best version of ourselves.
Rod?
Because of your size, you've been a target when you get inside the 10-yard line. How has the chemistry grown between you and Jeff, you know, and making those plays succeed?
It's definitely being brought on film. Just sitting there, just talking to Jeff, telling him where I like it, where I want to place or whatever. Just come out here and working on it and practice too. It just makes us that much closer. So inside the locker room, outside the locker room, inside the meeting rooms, always talking, always communicating, and it just translates onto the field.
Kelly?
When you look at the passing game, you guys obviously had some missed opportunities, and obviously weather was not super helpful at the Pitt game either, but just how much closer do you feel like you guys are in terms of kind of breaking loose with the passing game and being a little more consistent there?
I think we're real close. I think we're really just waiting for that game to especially just being consistent with it. So you sit there, we get the consistency going, and just having everybody just keep following along and follow the same game plan. It's like we can have a very explosive offense. As we show, like spurts of it, we just gotta keep it rolling.
Okay.
What would you say is the way that Coach Key has impacted this team the most?
I'm sorry?
What is the way that Coach Key has impacted this team the most? What the biggest way he's changed things?
Coach Key always had an impact here. I would say it's different, but there's always been energy. Always been energy. I love the way how the team reacted to the situation, because everybody's adjusting and adapting, but ain't nobody lose focus, and everybody's still on the same mission, no matter what circumstances goes on. So I'm proud of the team for that, and Coach Key has just he stepped up to the role. He definitely did. The center just keeping everybody motivated, everybody on the right task, just not getting off of track of the goal.
Coach Alexander was one of the assistants that didn't come in early with the other guys, came in late. How, over the course of the first, 4 or 5 games of the season, how is the interaction between the receivers and Coach grown?
For me and Coach Alexander?
Yeah.
The reaction between us, Coach, it definitely has grown big time. Before it used to be like straight business, straight serious, and now he's starting to loosen up a little bit. The more we get to know him, the more we feel him out. But great coach. He knows when it's time to chill out and relax. He knows when it's business. That's what I really respect about him. So once I think everybody else noticed that too. The more we got been around him, and now it's just a great chemistry all around. So he knows a lot. He knows a lot of football. Got a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and I'm just blessed to learn from him every day.
I guess kind of last week had to be hard for all of you guys, and I know you've only been here a shorter amount of time, but just kind of how has the team handled it in your opinion? You're kind of again newer to this team, so just kind of from your viewpoint, how did everyone handle it? How difficult was last week for you guys?
I was actually surprised how well everybody handled it, just being the history and everything with everybody's relationships. But I haven't seen a drop of focus. Like when it comes to practice, everybody's still the same and everything. But everybody just handles business the way it's supposed to. Everybody knows it's a business when it comes to football and everything. So I think everybody was just they knew.
Okay.
You had to catch. I think it was in the first quarter. Jeff rolled out, was flushed out, and you caught it on the ground. Kind of. How did that play unfold from your perspective?
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when the ball's going to come your way, so you got to run your route to the best of your abilities just to get open, just to be an oddball option. So I sat there, ran a little hitch and go, and he rolled out. I looked back, I seen him all the way over here on my sideline, so I had a feeling that he was going to give me a chance. So I just had to go and make a play.
How hard was the catch that? You were on the ground.
I was falling down on the ground, just turning my shoulder just to get the ball. But I made those catches a couple times in my career, so just getting back up and looking for the next play.
All good. Anything else for you, Jay? Awesome, good, Jay. Thank you, man.
Well, appreciate it.
Okay, ACC running back of the week, Hassan Hall. We'll go ahead and open right up for questions. For Hassan.
Yes, sir.
So naturally, everybody this week was talking about that one play in the game where you moved the pile along with the offensive lineman. What was the mood of the team after that? Did that fire them up? Did that get them going?
I think so. I think it brought a lot of energy after that play. You know what I'm saying? A lot of energy. A lot of good energy after that. It was 30 and 11? Yeah, 30 and 11. Yeah, and it really was the bigs. Them boys picked me up and carried me. Yeah, they did all that.
So were your feet on the ground?
My feet was on the ground at first for but the rest was all them. I remember fighting. I just got lifted up and drove for about 10. So yeah, that was all them. Feet was off the ground, dangling and all. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys obviously it's been sort of committee running back game to game. And
Say it one more time.
I said you guys have sort of been committee game to game, different roles
right.
and different reps and stuff.
Right.
Did it feel good to finally kind of have a breakout game? I know you've been probably wanting that for a while, and did it feel good to have a nice performance like you did against Pitt?
Oh, yeah, it felt good. It felt good going out there doing what I did. I mean, yeah, it felt good.
Okay.
I guess you one more question about that play. Like, had you been experienced something like that before? I mean, obviously sometimes the line will move the pile a couple of
never.
yards.
Not like that.
Yeah.
Not like that. That was my first time. Yeah. Shouts out to them still. Shouts out to them. I ain't never experienced nothing like that. We got to keep that going. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be looking for somebody to come save me. Yeah.
Coach Key mentioned that you got the start because you had a good week in practice. How does that motivate the players? And secondly, when did you find out, and what was the feeling when you found out you were going to start?
Well, I found out that Friday. Yeah, I found out that Friday in the hotel that I was gonna get the start at. I don't think it really changed nothing. Like for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I was not too high, not too low. I was the same. And what was your other question?
Coach Key said you had a good week in
Oh.
practice. Does that show that the coaches were holding everyone accountable?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Everybody kind of picked it up a step. Like everything you do, no matter what it is, special teams, OD, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, like we getting 110% out of the guys because we competing every day. You know what I'm saying? So I think that definitely boosted the competition up.
Kelly?
you guys are looking to build some momentum off the game. How has practice been this week, and kind of the focus going into this Duke game back at home?
Practice been good. Practice been great, actually, if you ask me. Just really come out here and just prepare. Do our best in preparation. Put last week where last week was at. Put our best foot forward this week. We know we playing a good team, and come and do better than we did last week. Like, that's the mindset. Is always to do better. You know what I'm saying? Never stay the same. So, yeah, go harder.
Okay.
What is having Coach Seymour over the special teams meant, or how's that changed things at all in your perspective?
Say it again.
Coach Seymour being over the special teams, being the special
Right.
teams coordinator, kind of what influence has he had on that unit?
Well, for one, he's very detailed, so you're not gonna know. Well, you're gonna know your job. Like, you're gonna know your job in meetings. So when you get on the field and you do it, it's kind of like you done already seen it. You done already kind of know what to do. So, yeah, that's for sure. It's great having him as a special team coordinator.
The practice part of it changed, or the meeting part of it in terms of like
Both, yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, both has changed. The mean and the structure of practice has changed for special teams. I mean, just the little things, the details, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, stuff like that.
Rob?
Going back to special teams, when the ball's in the air coming to you, when do you make the decision on, should I fair catch it? Can I take the ball and run with it? That type of thing.
I mean, based off the kick, if it's something I can feel or comfortable with, I'm going to get it. If not, get about at the 25.
As you look at this Duke team, kind of what stands out, seems like they're very fundamentally sound, and
Yeah,
and
very.
that's sort of their key to their success is they don't really give you anything. They just make you earn everything.
You said it one more time? Oh, I see a good team, fundamentally sound team. Team that don't make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, solid team.
Okay.
You were able to hit some big runs towards the end, and also it seemed like the line was starting to win against Pitt as the game went on.
Right.
Okay, what did you sense in terms of the way you guys were able to move the line, and maybe you were able to hit holes harder, hit runs harder than the beginning of the game?
So really, we just kept pounding. Just kept pounding, and see who was going to tap first. It was really one of them type of games that was going to be one in the trenches. It was one. So, yeah.
Anything else for Hassan? Hassan, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A lot of times, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.